Well, we are breaking down the threats and dangers that we could be seeing here going through the next couple hours. The main threat is those damaging wind gusts. Could be looking at wind gusts in excess of 40 to 60 miles an hour. But because of that wind, as you go higher in the atmosphere, you may actually start to get the ingredients for some tornadoes to start to develop around here. So again, have a way to stay weather aware. And because of that wind, we could also be seeing power outages across the area with those heavy downpours that could also cause some poor drainage flooding issues for us here, and maybe even some brief tragic conditions out on the roadways. Do have a tornado watch in effect for Duplin, Lenoir, and Greene County. That goes until 1 o'clock. I do expect this to be extended further off to the east and take us through at least 6 or even 7 o'clock going towards the Crystal Coast and the Outer Banks. So that's the reason why it is a weather alert day for us here. Nothing more than just a few light spotty showers showing up on live Doppler right now. The real action still is out to the west, and it's this squall line right here where you see some of those heavier, more intense storms. Those are tall enough to tap into some of that stronger winds and around a mile up in the atmosphere and bring that down to the ground. The problem is, though, those winds are actually changing with height. They're southerly on this low levels where we live, but to go up that mile in the atmosphere, they're more southwesterly, and that's what could get these storms rotating. Future track times that out for you in your backyard for us here by 2, 3 o'clock. Duplin County, Lenoir County, Greene County, seeing that heavier band working in. More lighter showers out ahead of it, but that line quickly makes its way to the Highway 17 corridor by 4 or 5 o'clock this evening. And again, it's within this line. That's where we have to watch out for the potential of damaging winds and maybe even those isolated tornadoes. It should be off the coast here by 6 or 7 o'clock. Now there will be some more light spotty showers on the back side of it here, a little upper disturbance following behind that. That's going to be the main front coming through, and that's going to switch those winds around. But as I mentioned, we do have those southerly winds, rather gusty for us here, and it's because of those strong winds. Look at 40-mile-an-hour winds already along the inner banks right now, and that's starting to get some of that momentum transferred from the upper levels down to the ground. So we do have a wind advisory that runs through until 10 o'clock this evening. Those strong gusty winds will continue to be with us through the afternoon and evening, but notice they change direction and start to slacken off a little bit as we head overnight tonight into the early morning hours tomorrow, only to see them whip back up again, but out of that northwesterly direction by tomorrow afternoon. The dew points, that's the measure of the moisture in the atmosphere. They've surged into the 60s. That's another check mark when I start looking about that potential for tornadic action for us here in eastern Carolina. And we've got the actual temperatures right around that 70-degree mark. Again, this is a classic scenario for a spring storm to bring us severe weather here in eastern Carolina. So there's the front that whips on through here. By the time we hit sunset or shortly thereafter, it's going to be making its way off of the coast. There's that little upper disturbance coming in on the back side of it. That'll give us a few clouds in here for tomorrow afternoon. After that, high pressure is going to dominate our weather as we do head on in through Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. This system won't have a great bit of weather with it, but it will have much colder air for it that'll be coming through on Sunday. Rainfall-wise, we're in drought conditions for us here. Good soaking rainfall, just may come a little bit too fast and too heavy for some of the drainage areas to be able to handle that within a short duration of time. Breezy tomorrow, down into the 50s. That's below average for this time of year, but we warm those temperatures right back up. There's that next front coming through later Saturday night, Sunday morning as we spring ahead on the daylight saving time, and then sunny and warm going into next week. A good chance for us to enjoy some warmth around here finally.